So I am going to be using my GoPro for my trip. I'm just sort of packing up now. I'm going to get to the train station at 4, so I'm an hour early, platform 1, and I'm going to be wearing my jacket. The temperature is only going to be about just a pinch over 20 Celsius, so I think it's okay to wear the jacket because I'm wearing my trusty sort of sweater shirt thing that keeps me nice and cool, so it really cancels out getting too hot. So that's nice. So that's why I'm wearing the jacket, because the jacket is kind of the only thing that I can use to carry a lot of my stuff, including the gimbal that I'm holding. So I'm going to be carrying this backpack around with me, hopefully go on the beach and stuff, just recording what I'm going to do, because it's kind of annoying to always use the phone. And yeah, so let's go to Batumi. Check out this train here. It's quite large actually. I'm on the top bunk. And I've got seat number 58. That's what it looks like outside. So I've just arrived at Batumi. It took a long time to get here, but the place is absolutely mad from a distance. Like, it kind of looks like China from a distance. When you leave the train station and you see the city from across the water, it just looks like Melbourne or Shanghai from a distance. It's pretty cool, even though the city's really old looking when you get up close. Lots of old buildings everywhere. So I'm just going to head to my apartment now and see if I can sleep well for the night. Was quite busy, very noisy to get to this spot. This is like the city center, by the way. This is the city center. I've just walked to my apartment. It's literally only 3 blocks away from the city center, Europe Square. And just heading to my apartment now. It was about just under $100 Aussie dollars to stay for 2 nights. It's on the 9th floor, so I should have a pretty good view. This elevator requires a key. So there we go. I'm gonna walk back later at some point during the night and make sure I get a good shot of the city from a distance, because the view was pretty dope. Like, I was a little impressed with how dope that looked from a distance. It's dark in here. Our apartment is number 75. Квартира номер 75. Nearly tripping around. Very squeaky doors. I would put some, oil on those. The owner has made it a big deal not to smoke. Whew, alrighty. And this is it. If we can get a good shot of this place, let's have a look. I'll be like that bold and bankrupt guy, because who doesn't love watching his channels videos. There's the light switch around here. Here's the light. That's a pretty dope building over there. Let's try. There we go. Nice and bright in here now. So we've got a double bed. And we've got a cupboard thing. Yes, it's a cupboard of sorts with a mirror. There's a couch that apparently can extend into a bed. We've got a small table here, a TV, because you know that's a staple these days. Staple. Fridge. You know? Yeah. It'd be nice if there was some snacks in there, you know. Oh, look at the size of the stovetop. Bruv. That's electric, that's not even gas. And there's a microwave, and there's some cupboards with some plates, and thankfully I have a washing machine now because I want to go to the beach tomorrow and I want to wash my clothes in there. And what have we got here? A shower! A working shower. Oh, the tap! Oh, got wet. Yes, alright, well, that is the apartment. And you could look at it like a hotel room, but it's not a hotel room. It's someone's private apartment that they're renting out just for me on Airbnb, which is awesome. Electric heater. Now here's the view out of this place. You can actually open this. This is a door. Oh wait, is it a door or is it a window? No, it's a door. Even the view from out here looks pretty dope to me. So it's a pretty big drop. Pretty high up. Kind of scary when you think about it. Oh, and this thing, this fence is kind of flimsy. Definitely wouldn't want to push that over too hard. And there's a air conditioner there, which is nice. Nice. Cool. Well, I'm going to grab myself some dinner and I will see you tomorrow. Good morning. So I've woken up to a really fantastic view. Did I even notice that that building was there last night? So this is Batumi. From my veranda view. I think they're constructing this building here, so it's not quite finished yet. Oh, there's the beach way over there. You can see the beach. The Black Sea. Oh, there's the Black Sea over there as well. There's the Black Sea. So, what I'm trying to do, I've been kind of lying in bed. I slept in a little bit too much. Woke up about 11:30. So it's past noon now. And I'm trying to decide, do I want to go to the beach? Do I want to go see the Roman ruins? So I'm going to quickly figure that out because there's not going to be a lot of daylight left. There's going to be like max 8 hours. And the temperature is only about 20 Celsius, so I want to make sure that I can come back and have a shower after getting salty. I had KFC last night, but I decided not to eat the whole lot because when I received my buckets of chicken wings, they were actually cold and they weren't hot. And I waited 20 minutes for my buckets and they were cold. And so I actually brought them home instead so that I could warm them up later. The mountains here are huge. It's very similar in Sochi actually. I really like Sochi. I miss Sochi. Oh, that mountain over there is covered in snow. That one out. The one way over there. That one is just coated in snow. So these are the Caucasus Mountains. And the tallest in Europe other than the Alps. There's a second elevator here, and there's a second stairwell. I wonder where it goes. So this is what it looks like walking up. And I'm just going to walk around for the city for a little bit. Unless I come across something particularly noteworthy or interesting, I'll just keep the camera off. I like this little square. It's just a normal street, but I like the red building. And I even like that building over there. And the streets here are really nice. I even like what's interesting here is these red pavements. They're not bicycle lanes. They look like they can be used as bicycle lanes, including someone's using the pram there. What I have noticed around here, compared to Tbilisi a little bit more, there's a lot more children around. So last night in the Europe Square, which is the city centre, there was a huge concert or something. It was very noisy, and that's where the KFC is. But here, there's like a little sort of market zone. I don't know if it's always here, but it seems like it's set up for the moment, for sure. And we're about to head to Europe Square in a second. There's a casino there and a hotel. You can see a lot of... I can't film every building here, but every single building here you can tell was built a long time ago. So this is Europe Square. There's the KFC over there. A lot of people are selling cotton candy and popcorn here. There's the concert set up. There's a big clock there. There's a statue there. I don't know what that statue is all about. There's some crazy fantasy looking building there, and that building over there is the most interesting one to me. That's the... I can't remember the name of it, but it's got the Ferris wheel in the middle of it. So yeah, this is the city centre. It's actually very nice in that KFC. It's very busy, but it's actually very easy to get access to and eat chicken there. This is like a setup of the so-called traditional old huts, you know. There's a bit of that vibe there. This building is crazy. Like, what is this? There's actually palm trees in this city along the main roads here, which is cool. And the roads are not just the side streets, but the main roads. Some of the main roads here are made with the blocks, and a lot of those are all hand put there too, or were they machine put there, who knows. But I just thought this is cool. Oh, there's the tower. I want to head to that tower before we go anywhere else. Just look at all the palm trees. Some are much taller than others. And a lot of these streets, this is still Europe Square, a lot of it. There's got all these European buildings everywhere. And yeah, that tower is pretty cool. I want to cross the road, there's a Toyota 86 there. I really like seeing the Toyota 86s around here. I think that's cool. So, and also the Fords are cool. Over there's a tourist gathering over there. And that statue over there is called the Neptune Fountain. I don't know why it's called Neptune Fountain, but I just wanted to quickly show real quick what most people's houses kind of look like, or at least the entrances. And then a lot of people, they have to drive through or walk through these areas. This one's actually super tidy in comparison to many others. Some newish buildings over there. Yeah, Neptune Fountain. I wonder why they call it that. There's the tower. Still so many palm trees everywhere. I'm trying to find out the name of the tower. Oops. That's what it's called. I just found it on Google Maps. It's just called the Batumi Ferris Wheel Tower. It's probably got another name on Wikipedia or something, but that's what it's called. By memory, from the research that I've done on the tower, I think it's kind of closed off to visitors. I think it was constructed for like university students or something. I can't remember, but you can see the wheel isn't currently spinning, which suggests that, you know, it's really just there for anyone who has significant money leverage to access it. If I did have a lot more cash, I would try and investigate if I could go on there, which I don't think I would be able to anyway, but I would investigate. Damn, that tower's cool. So last night from the train station, I took a taxi from the train station to Batumi Europe Square, and it only cost 30 lari, which is about $15 to get from the train station to the city centre, which is not too bad. And the reason I wanted to take a taxi is because it was already like really late. It was like 11 p.m. and I was feeling really sick, really crook. I just wasn't feeling up for the walk because it was going to take at least an hour and a half just to get to the city centre from the train station, because the train station is quite on the edge of the city. The freight train station, though, on the other hand, is actually in more towards the middle of the city, which is interesting. So when it comes to collecting goods and dropping off goods, things like this, the train heads more to the city centre, whereas the passengers are more on the outskirts, which is very interesting. But I just felt like I didn't really want to take that 1 hour walk, so I paid the taxi. Now, I do typically advise not taking taxis, but when you kind of get the vibe, you kind of can have a feel for who might be, you know, villainous or not. And most people, a lot of the taxis, they're just trying to do a hard job. They're just trying to work, trying to get cash, and they'll do whatever they can to get it. So knowing that this guy wanted to get cash, you know, I knew that I had the cash on me, so deal's a deal. Take me to the city centre, 30 lari, do his job, because that's what he wanted to do. He just wanted to get more customers. So if he can get more customers, that's great. So I've made it to the tower here. This is what the base of the building looks like. I love this tower. This tower is super dope. And there's another tower over there. I don't know what you call that. The one with the ball on it. That's dope too. It's amazing how many skyscrapers are around here, because there's one in the distance that I didn't see before, and there's one with the funny looking dome on top. Damn, like this place is old, man. Mixed with the old era of the empire and the new modern era. It's pretty cool. I love the vibes here. It's very sunny, very holiday vibey. So now that I've come to have a close-up look at the skyscraper here, which looks to me more like a hotel or something, I don't know for sure, but you know, it's not exactly the place for tourists to hang out, more like stay. Yeah, it looks like a hotel because there's people getting dropped off, and it looks like a hotel in a sense. At least some part of the building is a hotel. And we've got statues here and there. This guy's name is Zuliko Genti. And you can read that if you want to. Oh, there's actually an information center here, which is really cool. But I don't think I'll need one because I kind of know where I'm going. I wonder if that's a Turkish embassy over there. This is a Turkish flag. There's a tourist group passing by. So there's two ways I can get to the Roman fortress. There's more than one Roman fortress around here, by the way. But I'm going to go to the one that's much further down to the south. And even further south from there, there's a rock on the ocean called Andrew Apostle Waterfall or something like that. But yeah, take a look around at this place. Right now I'm actually kind of in this zone here. I don't know what this zone is called here, but it's got this sort of opera house vibe to it. And I like the little statue up there. There's actually quite a few of these little statues everywhere, playing the instruments. I wonder when these statues were erected. It'd be very interesting if it was in the Soviet times. And we've actually got blue park benches and traditional looking benches. Look at the garden here. They actually, look at this. This is dope. The Roman fortress, by the way, is called Gonio. So if you don't want to see what that's all about, you can just look that up online and figure out what that looks like separately if you want. Otherwise, you can watch me get there. WC, so there's toilets around here. Good thing I bought tissues just in case. Look at the park here, it's just so dope. So green. So green here, so photoistic. Look at this. And so many of these statues of the kids playing the musical instruments. I wonder what that building is over there. The garden here is so nice. There's a working fountain here, so I may as well take a sip. My camera is already at 50% and I've barely walked through much of the city yet. So that's not a good sign. It's a good thing I brought my charging pack with me so that I can charge on the go. Actually a whole bicycle load here, that's dope. Man, it just kind of goes on forever, the seashore. I want to quickly go over to that plank over there. This is kind of what I was a little afraid of. The black pebble beaches. It's not sandy like it is in Australia, where the beaches are just really gorgeous. Beaches here in the Russian side of the world, it's all black pebbles, black dirt. So I wonder how well I'm going to fare swimming. Oh wow, check out that ship in the distance. That's like an old galleon ship. It's very tiny, so it's not massive, but wow, look at that, that's dope. I don't see any warships in the distance, which to me is a little disappointing because I wanted to see warships, but near the Russian side there's definitely warships. Someone is having the time of their life on that speedboat thingy. It's not cramped here, that's the thing. If you want a beach that's not, you know, pain in the ass to get around, this is the place. When I was in Italy, this is the thing. Out of any place I've ever been in the world, France and Italy, these places were really hard to get to beaches. And some of the beaches were literally polluted with trash, like in Italy. And that was crazy. And from a distance here, I don't see any pollution. Just black rocks as the beach. Let's get a better view of this old ship. If you want to have like really awesome date ideas, I highly recommend actually checking out museums and going to restaurants in high towers. Those are really good spots because they're exciting. There's something different about it. getting some highs can get you really hooked real fast as well, by the way. So if you're having a good time like that, it's hard to want to not say no. So if I had some money and I had a girl around my shoulder right now, I would be taking her up somewhere up higher. But also going for walks is just a good way to connect, because if you're going for walks, you're trying to get to a destination. This is another good reason to hang out together. You're trying to get to a destination together, and this could be a good way to connect as well. Check out my love triangle framework in the description if you'd like to learn more on how to connect and attract just a little bit easier instead of scrolling through Tinder and years, and you can actually make real connections. One thing I didn't quite see here, I only walked past it, I'll show you, but they sell corn cobs here, steamed corn cobs on the stick. So if you want to get that as a takeaway snack, they serve that here. Also, if you're ever hanging out with a lass and you need rest, these parks are great places to hang out, and especially if you want to take a rest, you know, go check out the park. This is a good reason to sort of hang out together sometimes. And you can rest on these benches, and this park is one of the best places I've seen for this type of environment. There's other places such as the palaces in St. Petersburg. They've got tons of these parks. I'm just going to take a seat myself because I want to charge my GoPro back up because it's 50%. Check out this place. I don't know what that's about, but it's cool. And there's actually a little McDonald's over there. It's cool. But I wanted to say, I forgot about the taxi thing. In regards to the taxi, I spoke Russian with him, which is cool. But when we were driving, we saw this Harley Davidson, and on the license plate it said Belarus. And he was showing me, he's like, look, that guy's driving all the way from Belarus to here in Batumi. That's a long ass drive. Is it? Or is it? I don't know, but it was cool to see someone wanted to drive their motorcycle all across the mountains, all across Russia, just to get here. And that's crazy. I realize I'm not taking any photos with my phone. I'm taking all my photos by GoPro. So if I need to find the best photos, I'll just have to sift through the footage and find those. But that's okay, because I wanted to kind of get off the phone a bit. It's just kind of a huge trap to always be on the phone. Damn, look at this building. What is this? It's like it's made of wood stuff and iron. No, just wood. That's dope. I don't know what this thing is, but it's dope. Damn, this is such a nice park. I definitely don't regret coming to this place because it's like, wow. Compared to Tbilisi, where it's a little bit more... How do I say this? It's a little bit more less neat. Seeing the parks here in Batumi, it's kind of like very refreshing. It's just like, wow, I want to be here so bad. These parks, look how neat these parks are. The benches everywhere. I want to see more of this. Like, it's hard to find something really dope like this. Batumi. So I just Google mapped that building made of wood, and it turns out it's called the Summer Theatre, and that's where they have like live plays, maybe ballets, who knows, live theatre, the Summer Theatre. I thought that's really cool. So if you want to go check out some live performances and dramas and actions, that's the place you want to go to book tickets and go to. It was pretty big too. Just a bit further ahead, there's a Japanese garden element to this park. This park is massive. I'm trying to look it up on Wikipedia, but there's nothing particularly noteworthy other than learning about the history of Batumi in general. And obviously this place has been around for some time. And Batumi is the capital of Adjara, which you could say is like kind of like the name of the state, kind of like New South Wales. Sydney is the capital of New South Wales, and so Batumi is the capital of Adjara. According to demographics, this city is 70% Christian Orthodox, 25% Muslim, and other minority Christian religions as well, including, according to Wikipedia, Jehovah's Witnesses make up a large minority group in this city as a religion, which is very interesting. Can't deny a good Japanese garden. So I have to walk through this. Kind of fun following these little paths. It's so quiet here. It's so peaceful. Oh, it's a dog. Well, it's actually a little bit of a maze too now, because now there's dead ends here and there. It's a nice little dog there. Oh. It's very clear. From a distance looking at me, you can probably tell I'm a tourist. Because I've got a backpack, camera, cords. So I've just found what appears to be a palace. But it's actually the state university. And there's a state university library in there as well. I wonder when this was built. So it turns out this blue building behind us was built in 1935, so it's a Soviet building, and it was here to, I'm just googling on Wikipedia, Rustaveli State University, and it's like, okay, you know, that's, they teach Georgian stuff, they teach Russian stuff, obviously, so it's part of the Soviet Union, so there you go. It's just like, wow, Soviet architecture, like not the brutalist style, but the traditional kind of Russian look to it. And a lot of people are going to say, oh, Georgia is not the same as Russia, but you know, to me, Georgia is still part of Russia. That's my personal take. It's a hot take. A lot of people are going to not agree with me on that. And there's still a lot of Russian dominance in the area. And the culture, just like Ukraine, it's very Russian in origin and taste. That's my hot take. That's one thing I see around Russia and even Georgia here, is that there's a lot more couples, there's a lot more families together. Like, it's very normal to see this here. Some type of interesting thing here. So, quite a few ice cream shops heading about. I just thought I'd show real quick what it looks like on some of these beaches. They got a lot of excavation machinery around here, and there's a little river here. I don't know if this is man-made, but there's this new building over here that they're trying to construct, and they fenced this little area off, so I had to start walking in the sunny area. I think I'm getting a little sunburn, right? So here's an amusement ride thing. The question is, how much do you trust it? Because the machine is supposed to start spinning around and then flying the people around. How much do you trust this? Check this out. I ordered this in Russian. Like, you know, I want a chocolate ice cream. He's like, no, if you want chocolate, you have to go to the machine. I was like, oh, well, I don't want a pre-packaged machine. I want the fresh ice cream. It's like, oh, well, we only have white as the premium. So I'm like, okay. Sad to see some of these old buildings. Not old, it's probably like 40, 50 years ago. Some of the apartment buildings are a little bit in disrepair, which is kind of sad to see, especially when they're piled up against the brand new buildings side by side like this. So check this out. This building is the McDonald's. I'm just trying to find a way inside. Isn't this just the craziest McDonald's you've ever seen? It looks like a teardrop. And it's surrounded by water ponds everywhere. So I've made it inside the building. They're just cleaning the men's restroom now. But I want to show you how crazy it is inside this McDonald's. Of course, you have to, at the bottom of the base, you've got the food stairs. But when you get upstairs, there's a whole garden outside. And I'm just going to just show you out. Garden. Like, have you ever seen a McDonald's where there's a whole garden upstairs inside of a funny shaped teardrop building? So the inside is just a typical normal McDonald's you'd expect. This is what it looks like inside. And that's what the collection area looks like. So let's see if I can use this ATM real quick. See if this works. Nice. Check this out. A Dodge Challenger. You do see them across the Mediterranean and, you know, Italy and places, but I've seen a few Dodge Challengers around Georgia, which is pretty cool. So I just realized I don't have an offline map of Western Georgia, of Batumi. So this makes traveling offline much more challenging because it won't load, and the internet seems to go up real fast. At first, when I rocked up in Georgia, I was told the internet is free, and apparently it's in the Constitution. But after the first month of paying for my SIM card, the internet seems a little bit inaccessible for some reason, and I have to keep charging up, and every time I keep charging up, it gobbles up the dollars in literally less than a day. So this is kind of problematic, and it's kind of making me wonder now, while I'm at this, I'm heading back to the Macca's to get the Wi-Fi on, download an offline map of Batumi, but it's going to take at least another 2 hours to get to Golobi, the fortress. And I'm wondering if I should just take a taxi, because I have a client at 11 PM that I need to talk to, and I just need to make sure I can get back home on time, while also somehow being able to go for a swim at the beach. You know, I had to get something to eat. Beefy triple cheeseburger and a chocolate milkshake. I need to eat something. So I've looked at Google Maps. It's still going to take 3 hours, according to the maps, just to get to Golobi. And I'm thinking, the Google Maps ain't telling the whole story. It's only 3 hours if you're walking like a maniac, unstopped. So it reminds me of my trip from the east suburbs of Tbilisi to get back to the center. It took double the amount of time, so there's no way I'm going to be able to make it on time to Golobi, so I'm going to have to take a taxi and give him a little bit of cash. It's a 20-minute drive from here. It shouldn't be that expensive technically, but if I had to take a walk back, that's probably going to be 6 hours. That's my guess. Excuse me. Извините, you speak English? Or Ruski? Вы говорите по-русски?
Такси надо?
Я ищу такси поехать в Гонию.
Гоню.
Можно? Вы... Да?
Да.
Сколько стоит?
Сколько человек?
Человек.
How many person? How many person?
Just me, one. I think
One. Here go parking.
just one-way trip. One way.
Why? In. Гоню. Около моря или наверху гоню?
Только меня, just me.
Не смей. От центр гоню.
Yeah, center.
Центр.
50. 50 лат.
50.
Да. Заплатить сейчас? Hey now?
Поехали.
Yeah.
5-0.
Да.
Сюда.
You have change?
Start change.
Starcha? Change?
Change money.
Yeah.
Dollar. Euro.
Lari. So... Starcha? Да.
Oh, so change. 50-50.
Да. Sure.
Hotel. Hotel.
Hotel?
Понял.
No, just center. Город центр. You don't mind if I film?